Are you ready to know how to let go of others' opinions and be yourself? In this video, we delve into the teachings of Buddhism to discover how we can break free from the shackles of others' opinions and embrace our true selves. Step 1. Cultivate inner confidence. In Buddhist teachings, we learn that all things, including our own emotions and thoughts, are impermanent. This means that the judgments and opinions of others are temporary and fleeting. When we internalize this, we begin to realize that the things people say about us or think about us do not define us. These opinions come and go, just like the clouds passing through the sky. Understanding that we are not bound by these temporary judgments allows us to develop the strength to be true to ourselves. One of the key practices in Buddhism to cultivate inner confidence is mindfulness. By being present in the moment, we can observe our thoughts without judgment. When we can see our thoughts and feelings as they are, without attaching ourselves to them, we begin to realize that our worth does not come from what others think or say. Our true value lies in simply being. Through mindfulness, we start to develop a deeper understanding of who we are beyond the opinions of others. This is where true confidence arises, not from external validation, but from within. Buddhism teaches us to cultivate self-compassion. When we accept ourselves with kindness, we can let go of the need for approval from others. Self-compassion allows us to acknowledge our flaws and imperfections without self-criticism. By practicing self-compassion, we become more gentle with ourselves, understanding that we are all on a journey of growth and learning. This gentle acceptance helps to build the confidence that we do not need the approval of others to feel worthy. As we continue on this journey, we begin to realize that the opinions of others are not a reflection of our true selves. They are simply the thoughts and judgments of people who are also on their own path of understanding. By cultivating inner confidence, we free ourselves from the chains of external judgment and allow our authentic self to emerge. Step 2. Surround yourself with supportive people. When we are surrounded by people who genuinely care about our well-being, we feel safe to be ourselves. We are less likely to be influenced by the opinions of others because we have a solid foundation of support. These people help us see our worth and encourage us to stay true to who we are, even when the world may try to pull us in different directions. Buddhism teaches us that we are all interconnected, and the people we spend time with have a powerful influence on our thoughts and emotions. It is important to choose our companions wisely. If we spend time with people who are constantly criticizing or judging us, it becomes difficult to break free from the pressure of others' opinions. On the other hand, if we surround ourselves with people who respect our individuality and encourage our growth, we are more likely to remain confident in who we are. One way to attract supportive people into your life is by becoming a supportive person yourself. In Buddhism, the practice of loving kindness helps us cultivate compassion and goodwill towards others. By offering kindness and understanding to others, we create an environment where support and encouragement can thrive. This not only strengthens our relationships but also helps us build a community of people who will uplift us in our journey of self-discovery. Surrounding yourself with supportive people does not mean isolating yourself from the world. It simply means choosing to spend more time with those who inspire and empower you. These are the people who will help you stay grounded in your authentic self, even in the face of judgment from others. Step 3. Embrace vulnerability. In a society that often values perfection and strength, vulnerability is often seen as a weakness. In Buddhism, vulnerability is a sign of courage and wisdom. Embracing vulnerability means allowing yourself to be open and honest about your true feelings, even if it means exposing your imperfections. In Buddhism, the practice of surrender is an essential part of the spiritual journey. Surrender does not mean giving up or resigning ourselves to our circumstances. It means letting go of the need to control everything and accepting life as it is, with all its challenges and uncertainties. This act of surrender requires vulnerability because we must let go of our need to appear perfect or in control. When we embrace vulnerability, we open ourselves to deeper connections with others. We no longer hide behind a mask of perfection or try to please others. Instead, we show up as our true selves, with all our flaws, fears, and hopes. This authenticity is what allows us to break free from the pressure of others' opinions. We no longer feel the need to conform to the expectations of others because we understand that we are worthy just as we are. Vulnerability also helps us cultivate empathy and compassion for others. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we create space for others to do the same. In Buddhism, compassion is the foundation of all wisdom. By embracing vulnerability, we not only liberate ourselves from the fear of judgment, but we also help others do the same. We create an environment where authenticity can flourish, and this is where true freedom lies. To embrace vulnerability, we must let go of our attachment to the opinions of others. We must be willing to face the discomfort of being seen for who we truly are. This may feel frightening at first, but over time, we learn that vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a strength that allows us to connect with others on a deeper level and live a life of authenticity. Step 4. Commit to lifelong growth. Buddhism teaches us that life is a continuous process of learning and self-discovery. We are all on a path of growth, and our journey is never truly complete. By embracing the idea of lifelong growth, we free ourselves from the need to meet others' expectations of who we should be. In Buddhism, the concept of right effort is essential. This means putting forth the effort to cultivate positive qualities within ourselves, such as wisdom, compassion, and patience. However, right effort does not mean striving for perfection or trying to become something we are not. Instead, it means committing to growth and improvement while accepting ourselves as we are in the present moment. As we commit to lifelong growth, we begin to understand that our worth is not determined by the opinions of others or our achievements. Our worth lies in the effort we put into becoming the best version of ourselves, regardless of external validation. When we embrace this mindset, we become less concerned with how others see us and more focused on the journey of self-discovery. Lifelong growth also means learning from our mistakes and failures. In Buddhism, the practice of mindful awareness helps us observe our thoughts and actions without judgment. When we make mistakes, we do not need to beat ourselves up or seek approval from others. Instead, we learn from these experiences and use them as stepping stones on our path to growth. Committing to lifelong growth means being open to change and transformation. It means understanding that we are not fixed beings, but rather fluid and evolving. When we let go of the need for perfection and embrace the idea of growth, we free ourselves from the pressure of living up to others' expectations. We begin to trust the process of life and allow ourselves the freedom to change and evolve at our own pace. Step 5. Understand the source of judgments. When we understand that judgments are not based on truth, but on personal perception, we can let go of the need to internalize them. People's judgments are often more about their own struggles and experiences than about who we truly are. In Buddhism, this understanding is known as emptiness, the realization that all things, including judgments, are empty of inherent existence. They are not permanent or fixed. They are simply projections of the mind. By understanding the impermanent nature of judgments, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to please others. We no longer need to seek approval or validation from people whose opinions are shaped by their own biases and limitations. Instead, we can focus on living our lives with integrity and authenticity, knowing that the judgments of others are not a reflection of our true nature. In Buddhism, we are encouraged to cultivate wisdom and understanding through meditation and reflection. By examining the nature of our own minds, we gain insight into the sources of judgment and attachment. This insight allows us to detach from the opinions of others and cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and freedom. When we understand the true nature of judgments, we can let them go with ease. We no longer need to hold on to the opinions of others or let them define our worth. Instead, we can live with clarity and confidence, knowing that our true self is not defined by external judgments but by the wisdom that arises from within. By following these 5 steps, cultivating inner confidence, surrounding yourself with supportive people, embracing vulnerability, committing to lifelong growth, and understanding the source of judgments, we can let go of the need to seek approval from others and live authentically. Buddhism teaches us that the path to true freedom lies in understanding our own nature and trusting in the wisdom of the heart. When we are no longer weighed down by the opinions of others, we can fully embrace our true selves and live a life of peace and authenticity.